Hey guys, welcome to Euro USD, ES, and DJ futures review. I'm going to go over the action from the Sunday Open. I'll try to be brief as possible. I do want to say if you haven't seen any of my videos, I am starting to share more information about ES and DJ. I do think they move very similar to Euro USD, except for they are a little bit more volatile in certain aspects. And then the one thing I've noticed is in DJ, sometimes we do not take out the low before going back up. A lot of times ES will, DJ won't, but I know that the position is still very similar. I don't have any examples right now, but in the future I will try to explain that. So let's get right into ES. On my last video reviewing the end of the week, I mentioned that we were above 63.33, and if we held these lows, we should see more upside. Pretty much a dip in recovery of the level would have been sufficient enough to go long, and that's actually exactly what we got at the open. You can see we started it right here a little bit above, sold down, dipped and recovered. If you go to a 5-minute chart, you can see it a little more clearly, most likely, and I'll show that to you right here. So you can see right here we opened, sold a little bit under, tried going above before popping right back at 620. So that would have been a dip and reclaim, dip and recover type of setup. There's already a failed breakdown of this low and this low. You could call that a cluster of lows. Essentially, we set the low, we went up a good amount, came down, set another quick low, but this is the ultimate low that I'm still looking at ideally. And then we just reclaimed it. It was very long, very tedious. That's summer trading for you. But if you look at my last video, I did think that the upside was more than likely to occur because of the setups. And then that's what we got. We pushed right up to the next level, and then we consolidated there all night until around 2 o'clock. We popped off of that and started going back up. And then at the open, or close to the open, we got a dip in recovery of this level, 63.42. You can see we sold under, started pushing back up. Very difficult position to take generally, just because there's not much of a setup there. We didn't even flush this minor low right here. But if you're confident in the market in terms of the bullish setup that had been occurred before, you could definitely take a punch at it, maybe add to a runner if you already had an open position from this failed breakdown. So that's all we have right now. We are at all-time highs in ES. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Let's go to Dow Jones real quick. Almost identical setup here. We had the low right here from Thursday morning. We undercut it Friday afternoon and started going up very slowly, but that was a failed breakdown. And then we got a pop for about 5-6 points here at 345 before settling back down a little bit. Now on the Sunday Open, we did the same thing here. We dipped and recovered this level and started going up. To be honest, I would have probably, if I hadn't had no confidence in that, then you could just take the reclaim of this level. One can see it was a battleground a little bit here on Thursday. We came down and sold from it a little bit, came right back to test it on Friday night, and then never went over. So if we hit it again and kind of consolidated and started pushing up, could have been a reclaim setup, low stop loss around here, and that ended up working out where we got a pop, but then we kind of just consolidated the rest of the evening there until around 2 o'clock, where we also got a pop from that level overnight. Came back, kind of consolidated below this level. We hit it exact, and then around 9:30 open, we kind of had like a very ambiguous candle. But what I've learned from experience is when that happens and then the price starts going up, there is potentially a long setup there. It's usually done with this to just take out some long. So people who had maybe longed here and their stop loss was here got taken out. There are multiple ways to approach this. The one way would be we had a cluster of little mini lows here. So when we reclaimed it again around 9:45, you could go long above this minor level. If you weren't sure about that, then this level had clearly been tested and weakened. So you could have traded the reclaim of that level at 9:45 when we pushed above. You would have dealt with a little drawdown, but then the upside was continuous. Afterwards, which we hit this level on the top. We're consolidating here potentially for more. This is a resistance above as well, but right now super bullish. Would love a pullback. I wouldn't really be looking to long any of these setups here. I most likely, maybe a dip in recovery of this level right here. Let's finish up with Euro USD and what we got there. So on the Sunday open, we hit this level above a couple times. We were what we call a reclaim setup here. Afterwards, which we sold a little bit and actually set up an awesome fail breakdown at 10 o'clock, which I went long on. It wasn't the best one, but it was a setup. I noticed a consolidation above. We came back, dipped below these lows, and then went right back up and stayed there for a while. So 15 minutes to 30 minutes at least. So I'm seeing some demand. Afterwards, which we went up 100 points almost from there, if not exactly, because from 1616-ish up to 1717. Very simple setup, but paid out great. Came up to this reclaim level, consolidated for a little bit overnight before popping up. Consolidated above it for a while, set up a mini fail breakdown right here. Low was set. We dipped below, then started pushing up. We overshot this level, came back down, sat on it, and then started pushing it back again. This is a second type of reclaim where we go over, come back, retest from the top, and then push forward. It's my second best reclaim. I prefer to hit it, go below, and then consolidate below before pushing back up, just to not get faked out. For example, here you can see we went above, came back, popped. We went level to level, one level up, but when we just started selling, we never continued going up. So here we got that. Now at this point, we hit this level exactly, which is awesome to see price listening to our levels. At this point right now, we're selling sideways, flagging in a way. I would like more pullback. This is not enough for me to find a position. Whereas if we sell another 10, 15 points, I'm looking for something over here for sure. This was a decent pop though. This is a 10-point low almost right here. So if we can start going back up and maybe get above around 1698, maybe above this level right here, around right here, that could be a mini fail breakdown in the works. So that's about it. All I have for Euro USD right now. If I had to give you a setup, if we don't get a failed breakdown of this little low or these lows, then maybe something above that. So like something right at this major level. Or if we go down here and we don't dip below this, same thing. If you miss that though, you could potentially take a reclaim of this level once we get up there once again. So let's see what we got. Have a great day, and I'll be back with more info later.